Okay, here is the time for us, the Romeo and Juliet theme. Let's talk about the left hand first, and a couple things about the key. First of all, the left hand, here's middle C. We're starting down here, octave and a fifth from G to G, and then the fifth is D from there. There are two flats in this song, B flat and E flat. We're in the key of G minor or B flat major. Okay, so just remember E flat and E flat, alright? So let's do the left hand really quick. We're going to be playing G, D, G, D, and then shrink down to C. C, E flat, G, C. Move your thumb down here. D, octave, D, D, come back, G, spread up an octave, G. So remember when you're doing these shrinking down motions with your hand, like when we went from G to C, and then opening up to D, and then coming back to this G, and then opening up to G, you want to get good at keeping one of your fingers planted. So watch as I play it. So I'm hitting that G, but I'm reaching out from there to grab that octave. The right hand starts on B flat. We're going to be playing B flat. And fingering is important here. It doesn't have it written in. If I start on my third finger, that works. Now you can do it with different fingers. If you start with your fourth finger, I think it's probably going to be best. You can do it with your third finger too. I'm just showing you that it's not a set fingering. So let's start with our fourth finger, and we're going to hit the fourth finger on B flat, second finger on G, A, B flat. We're going to be hitting A and E flat together, C with our pinky. Now A flat here, the next note, or excuse me, A natural, is an eighth note. So we're going to be playing off that into G. And when we play those, make sure that you're not holding it, you know, like in the third measure, it's a dotted quarter as the first note. You would think a beat and a half, but right below it is an eighth rest, meaning you're really only holding that for an eighth before you hit this guy. You hold it down, but you go right into the D. Okay? So that was the first bar. I'm going to play both hands slowly. So I played the whole thing. Now you know how it's supposed to go pretty much. Now a couple things. The left hand should be quiet. You need to relax your left hand and not be overhitting some of these notes. And it's kind of difficult because we want to hear the right hand ring out. So I'm going to start on the second bar. We really want to hear the melody. It starts at the end of the first bar. We want to hear that, and this we don't want it to overpower it. If I play it incorrectly, the song is not supposed to be loud. It's a quiet song. The second thing is the pedaling. You'll notice the chord changes above each measure. That's when you're supposed to be pedaling. So, for example, the second bar, I'm going to hold down the pedal on the D minor chord. And here comes the E flat. That's where I lift. Here comes a D minor, B flat, C minor, G minor, D minor, E flat. So every time you see a chord change, that's where you go over there and do the pedal. And remember, if you want to, just write in the pedaling. So you can do the lifts right under each chord, and that way you don't have to look up at the chord changes. If you don't want to, look at the chord changes. Now you probably notice in the left hand as I'm playing, starting in the second bar again, I'm kind of moving around here. So if you notice I'm moving around the piano a little bit, this is a piece you want to get good at, playing the left hand by feel. And it's going to be hard at first because most people look down when they're moving. You should be looking ahead and trying to find your positions without looking. Alright, the only other thing I can throw out there is make sure that any changes you have with the left hand or the right hand, that you write in fingering. When you practice, if you do inconsistent fingering, you're going to learn slower because your brain isn't choosing one finger to hit on one note every time. You might be changing that. So make sure you're consistent with your fingering, and that will help a lot. So good luck. If you get or run into any problems with this, just email me. I'll help you out. Send you another video.